Hey, this is Fabien, and if you are like watching this video right now and you have maybe like just a few matches, okay, you have 1, 2 or 3 matches a week, you don't have a lot of results, listen very carefully this video, especially the tip number 3, because this is something that not a lot of people are talking about, but this is a crucial thing to do and to apply if you want to have the best results with Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, okay, like with dating apps. So listen very carefully this video, and especially the tip number 3. Tip number 1, be aware about the algorithm, okay? Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, they all have their own algorithm, but it's super important to be aware or like trying to guess how it's working, okay? Like for example, with Tinder, you need to be an active user. You cannot just simply log in into your Tinder account just once every 3 or 4 days. You need to show to the app that you are an active user. Something super important as well with Tinder particularly, when you are swiping, it's super important that you are showing to the app, that you are showing to the algorithm that you are selective. And how do you do that? You do this by simply swiping 1 time right and at least 3 or 4 times on the left. So that way you are showing that you are super selective and you will have more success, okay? Be an active user, that means that you need to log in at least once per day, okay? Once or twice per day, lunch break, or when you finish your work, you're at home, you can just take out your phone and just for like 5-10 minutes just do some like swiping session. But it's super important that you need to apply this first step. Tips number 2, it's about your photos, okay? You need to have high quality photos. You cannot just simply take out your phone and just starting to shoot yourself with a selfie, for example. And by the way, avoid selfies at all costs. Why? Because it just communicates that you are alone, okay? That you are a lonely guy, that you have no one else to take a photo of you. I know it may sound like a bit stupid, but this is how women are gonna think unconsciously. If she's seeing photos of you and if it's just selfies, they are gonna think that, oh, okay, like this guy is just like, he doesn't have any friends or not a lot of like social life. So, okay, swipe left. So hire a professional photographer to be shooted, okay? Do not try to be shooted, like if you can avoid to be shooted in a studio, this is better, because if you are like, you know, posing like a model, okay, I'm not a professional model and I guess you are not a professional model either, it's going like, it's too try hard, okay? It's not natural. If you hire a professional photographer, go out there in a city, in a street, in a park, in nature, like choose a nice landscape, but be shooted somewhere like outside, not in a studio. And if you really want to have the best results, you will need at some point to edit some of your photos or to hire someone to edit some of your photos, because women, they will notice a lot of like small things in your facial expressions that most of guys are unaware of it, okay? So it's super important. And the last tip is you need to give her the best experience overall, okay? You give her this best experience by, well, first of all, having like good quality photos, okay, on your profile. And also when you are texting her, you can use some specific words. For example, instead of drinks, okay, you can use tasty, okay? Like you can say, for example, let's go for the tastiest cocktails, okay? We can go for a warm coffee, we can go for a hot chocolate, a delicious cheesecake, okay? You notice the difference by just using some specific words like this in your interactions. You are going to give her, by texting, a nice and good experience, okay? And she will assume that when she's going to see you for a date, you will give her too a nice experience. So try to think and try to use right now more specific words for her to give her a nice experience. If this video was useful for you, you can just subscribe, you know, here, and also you can write a comment on which tip was most useful for you, okay? Like I read every comment, so just comment, subscribe, and see you in another video.